Raider fans, how y'all feeling right now? Josh McDaniels, just breaking news, just has been fired by the Raiders. I got my cousin who is a lifelong Raider fan. We talk about this all day, every day, and this is a great guy to get his opinion. And I want to know firsthand from a Raider fan's perspective how you guys feel. In my opinion, I think Josh McDaniels ended up being the scapegoat behind this whole ordeal, which is a lot to be said of. I mean, there's a lot going on with the Raiders organization right now. In my opinion, I don't think Josh McDaniel is the only reason why shit's been going like it is, but this is the first step, in my opinion, that the Raiders are taking to say, hey, we don't like what's going on. We're not going to sit here and wait just because we're going to admit our mistake. This was not the right guy, and let's move the fuck on. So, without further ado, I'm going to pass it to my cousin Omega. And first of all, cousin, just how do you feel about the move? Do you feel that it was warranted? Do you feel that maybe Josh McDaniel should have been given a little bit longer time to get through this process, or do you feel that this was, like I said, warranted, and this was the time for you guys to find a new coach?
I look at it more so like we were planning on putting the offense together around Derek Carr, and if you're going to get rid of Derek Carr and not put a full offense around a centerpiece or a quarterback, then you need to go ahead and you need to you got to kind of clean house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to make it to where it's got to be a complete fresh start. So if it's about getting rid of your head coach and then getting rid of your GM and starting fresh and new, then you need to do that so that you can have a new head coaching staff, new GM, bring in a fresh quarterback. It's a good quarterback crop coming out, but you got to kind of clean house right now and figure out what you can do through the draft. And we got to get out of this delusion that we winning now. We back in a rebuild, even though we've been rebuilding for 23 years. And it's about skin the clock, and we still trying to figure things out. But we are backing officially into a rebuild. So I mean, it is what it is at this point. As a Raider fan, we're uh we're no strangers to a new head coach. So this is kind of like you know another day. So what I am is excited because I think the future is it was set in stone for a second from just getting Devontae, getting Josh McDaniels, knowing who Josh McDaniels is, knowing who Dave Ziegler is. It was like set in stone. People were already calling us the Raider Patriots. So
Right.
I feel like we can get away from that identity and try to make a push to get back to that commitment to excellence.
Right. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think this is one way that the Raiders are basically saying, not saying that they're trying to side with a star player, but hey, you got a star player. There's not, star players just walking around trying to join the Raiders organization right now. When you get a player like Devontae Adams, whether people think he's starting to be on the other side of his career or not, maybe this is the Raiders going out and just saying, hey, man, we're trying to show you that we're willing to make changes. We're not going to keep the things the same way. Clearly, he was frustrated in the last game, which me and you talked about. He needs to do better what he needs to do. At the end of the day, you're a veteran player. You're getting paid very well. Go. This is your hometown team. Go down there, be a professional, and handle things the way that it's supposed to be. The last couple games, he has dropped plenty of passes and really has not helped the Raiders' cause. But with that being said, we all know that can be motivational. Hey, when the guy's checked out, he can be all the way checked out. So you get, different coach in there, and you start getting a different regime in there. Maybe that sparks an interest in him to say, hey, I'm willing, or maybe, hey, the Raiders went out and talked to Devontae, and he was like, this has to change. He wants the ball more. In my opinion, I think the Raiders have been giving up. But thank guys, we got two people that come into the stream. We appreciate you guys coming in. Once again, Josh McDaniels fired, and we're getting a live reaction about it, talking to a live Raider fan, getting his perspective. This guy, my cousin, every day. I mean, he follows the news. He watches the breakdown, the 24/7 film, all that. So basically, in my opinion, the Raiders just flat out just went on and said, we're gonna choose we're gonna stick with our guns. stick with our players that we got, but ultimately we're going to remove the head coach. So, in my opinion, I think that this is a point that, hey, this is a step forward. This is a step in the right direction. Still many things that you guys got to fix, in my opinion. But I think the Raiders are going ahead and say we're going to concede pretty much this season. We realize where we are at draft wise, which I was kind of pointing out earlier, and we'll talk more about that. But for the most part, I think this is just like the 49ers when they got rid of Trey Lance. That was a lot of shit that was going to be on my team's face. But ultimately, hey, you made a fucking mistake. We're human. Move on. Just admit it and move on. So I think that's what the Raiders did today.
Yeah, I believe so because the writing was on the walls when we clearly didn't make a move during the trade deadline. You kind of seen the forest through the trees. You're like, something's gonna get like
Right.
somebody's getting traded in,
Right.
and ultimately it
Right.
was the head coach and the GM, which is like you almost have to, because like you said, maybe it's a fresh regime for Devontae or whatever and whatnot, but we also talked about player accountability. So I mean, at the end of the day, Josh McDaniels does not say hike and throw the football. He doesn't block. He doesn't run. He doesn't do any of that. He schemes up a plan and you have to execute. So when you're dropping the ball and you're not blocking and you're not hitting the hole,
Yep.
it's going to make it look like your head coach doesn't know what he's doing. And the thing is that we both coached. We know
Right.
if you don't give maximum effort, it's not going to work. If you don't do it the way I draw it up, it's not going to work.
Right.
But we also know you have to coach your players. So if your players can't do that, then you have to modify.
Right. Right.
If your players can't do how you're scheming it, you have to rescheme. Coaching is about making adjustments. Coaching is about putting players in the best position to win.
Absolutely.
So so if you're not able to do that, then you're also on the trading block.
Right.
So
Right.
it all goes hand in hand. I'm just honestly, as a Raider fan, I'm excited because I do want to see what's out there. There is some coaches that they're talking about, more so towards the end of the year. Because I think right now we're going to go with Rob Ryan. So
That was
that's
gonna
good.
be
We've already had Rob Ryan as a head coach. He's well respected. He's the assistant defensive coordinator. So he's been working closely with Patrick Graham. I just don't think that Patrick Graham wanted the job. I think the job was for Patrick Graham, and he was like, "Nah, I just want to be the D coordinator. Go ahead and let Rob. Rob really isn't doing nothing. Like, I don't need an assistant defensive coordinator if we need a head coach. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I kind of like Antonio Pierce. I just don't think he was ready yet, man. Good linebacking coach though. I'm not even gonna lie. So he was a good candidate. I was kind of excited. He's been there for about 2 years now, and everybody likes him. And if you don't know who Antonio Pierce is, I don't know what to tell you. But my man goes crazy. Defensive lineman. I know he played for the Giants, but I think he played for the Steelers as well.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, it's just like what you want out of a linebacker. That was that guy. He was the one that the eyes, the look, light skinned cat dude was coming and putting hat on you, and that's what we have, man. And you can see that from just even though Max Crosby, excuse me, isn't necessarily a linebacker. You can see that he talks about him a lot in his interviews. He talks about him, and then we have Perryman last year, a beast, led the league in tackles. Divine Diablo, we developed him, drafted him. He was playing corner,
Can you
safety,
turn that down, babe?
corner and safety. Turned him into a defensive tackling linebacker. And that was Antonio Pierce, man. So I, there was no fall off of interim head coaches. I really feel like we still can win games. I don't think that anybody is going to go out there and try to lose. But I know that the organization has to realize, okay, we're in a rebuild, but you don't have to tank. I mean, we're already losing. we already
Right.
we, we I don't care. I don't care how many
Right.
games we are not finna. Hey, I love
Right.
my Raider Nation. We're not gonna win too many games to not get a good draft position or whatever. And we just gotta. What I do like is that we're not giving up our capital to try to scramble right
Thanks
now.
for
We're
the
not
like too.
panicking.
Thanks for the like. Whoever gave us a like, I appreciate it, cousin. Man, you're doing
Appreciate
an
the like.
excellent
Thank you.
job explaining, cousin. Once again, we're thanking our guest, my cousin Dyson, who's coming in, who's a lifelong Raider fan and giving us opinion. It means so much to me to be able to do this. So I thank you, cousin, for coming in here. And guys, thanks for the likes, the comments.
Definitely.
Guys, please comment in the. We want to see your comments pop up. Let me make sure that you guys are that the comment section is working in here. Oh, there we go. Reporting. So glad he's gone. Thanks for your reporting. So glad he's gone. Oh, there's a Raider fan. Let his opinion be known.
Man,
Right
because
there.
I mean, like I said, I'm a I'm an accountability type dude, and the thing is that the reasons Josh McDaniels needed to leave is not the reasons that the nation was really screaming it out. It's just basically he's not a coach. If Josh McDaniels was our general manager, I had no problem with that. Josh McDaniels makes moves. He's very discreet. I mean, and he seems more. I'll put it to you like this: he seems more like a corporate slime ball than a head coach. If I had him in the background scheming and plotting and trying to get shave a dollar, hey, come on, Josh McDaniels. We don't need you doing that on the sidelines. He's not a game manager. Let's be real. Let's because a lot of people don't understand what happens on the field. Like you don't have like the head coach is not the game manager. The game manager is not the coordinator or the play caller necessarily. The play caller may not even be the coordinator. See, people have different roles. So like a game manager is somebody that will let you know, okay, you have this amount of time. They make decisions going on fourth down. Um, they're able to see when play when like certain tides is going. So say like momentum, they know how to okay what situations we should do. We should probably run. We should do this. They know how to manage the game. They know how to get that. A play caller is worried about play after play after play after play after play.
Right.
So he's not looking at this person is getting fouled. He's not looking at how to substitutions like that. He's just next play, next play. You should
Right.
know as a game manager how to do that. And that's maybe where Josh McDaniels fails. He may be calling the plays, but he's just so into calling the play, he's not even watching the game.
The game.
Like
Right. Right.
you're not
Right.
dude, are you paying attention to what's going on in the game?
Right.
Are you
And
seeing
relating to your players, that's a big thing. You have to.
yes.
Yes. Yes. You wear
There,
a lot of
people don't
right.
understand what a game manager is. Like that is real. Like, are you looking at exploitations? Are you analyzing? This dude's lost a step. Oh, this guy is over here limping. Oh, this guy that is major in the NFL, and it's at that moment you can see somebody slip, and the game manager come over and be like, "Hey, OC, this happened," or whoever's play calling, "Hey, this guy is over here. You should da 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 da." That's what he's getting in his ear. That's how you call a play. Like, oh, okay, they just they just made a substitution and put a rookie in at corner. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? My game manager
Right.
let me know that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So now I'm dialing it up. Okay, XYZ, XYZ, on break. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can't be watching all of the substitutions, watching and then so I said that because he can probably call play, but you need a good game manager. That's why a lot of people, a lot of head coaches don't necessarily call the plays. It doesn't. I like even with
Right.
Bill Belichick on offense. Bill Belichick be chilling. Bill Belichick just be looking at you like he'll just give you that look like because I'm over here running my defense and I'm managing the game.
Thanks for
I
the
see
like.
what's
I
going
appreciate
on. You need to call them plays. So when he was with Bill Belichick, it was cool because he could just sit there and call the plays because Bill Belichick was in his ear like, dude, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. And he needs that. If he doesn't have it, he can't do it. That's okay. You gotta leave though, bro. Like, or you, or, or you gotta figure it out, brother. So at this point, I feel like Mark Davis is fed up. He wanted to win now. He paid to win now, and we're losing. So if
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna cut my losses.
Right,
Y'all
right,
all can go. You know what I'm saying? And then
right.
I can bring in a young, hungry coach because not really young and hungry, but they was talking about hardball and stuff like that too. So I mean, hey, Jim went there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He went to the show. So he
Maybe,
out there in
hey,
Michigan
you
doing
ever
his
think
thing. He
maybe
might
he
come
just
over. But I don't even want to start putting at this point right now, focusing on a new head coach. Rob is finna get in there and game manage. And Rob is not finna be making no play calls. he, he's not calling no offensive plays. He's gonna probably try to get his hand in there on them defensive calls. He's gonna like,
right.
I'm the head coach now, Patrick. Like we finna do it the I keep calling him Rob. We gonna do it the Rex Ryan way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
No. That's his name, Rob. I'm tripping. Rob, Rex, Buddy,
yeah.
all of the Ryans. Rob, Rex, Buddy. But yeah, I just think that he's gonna. People want to play for him. They're gonna have fun, and we should just focus on what you told me before. That let's get these because the O line is tripping now. We need to get the defensive middle solidified. Now we have edge rushers. We just got to get our D tackles, man. We're not getting. We get some cool run stopping, but we zero pass rush from the D tackles.
Right.
Linebacking core is pretty good. I like Spillane, Masterson, and Divine Diablo. That's good. We're good. Um, Corner play is good, man. Our defense is not. I mean, to be honest with you,
It's not
you can
bad.
always improve.
The whole world got a chance to see the Raiders this Monday that their defense is not bad. I
Not
mean, dude,
bad,
and the fucking the Lions are ice hot right now.
bro.
Like they're ice hot. So that's a hot team. You have them at home, and the Raiders came out and they slowed that offense down. Jared Goff come in and he's been reascended. I mean, he's been rectified, man. He's come back and he's let his wings fly. But you Raiders came out there and shut that down. Uh,
Definitely.
and on another note, I think you hit a good, Josh McDaniels. I think ultimately his problem, and he's just he's not a good multitasker. I mean, let's just put it point blank. You called it. If I have to specifically focus on running my offense and calling plays, that's all me. I can do that because that's all I have to do. That's all I have to focus on. I don't have
Hmm.
to worry about anything else. And ultimately, it's up to the coach. Coach gets about 3 plays that the offensive coordinator puts in his head, and the coach ultimately is the one that is the last decision maker on which play that they call. So as a coordinator, that relieves a lot of pressure off me. I mean, I'm gonna fucking give you my best opinions, and you're gonna be the one that ultimately is gonna fall on the sword for. That's up to you to call it. And so, hey, I think players, and you don't make a move like this without consulting your players.
Yeah,
So, running backs, receivers had to have had some input. And it's funny because I've seen this video that was Mark Davis was walking out of the stadium and there was a Raider fan holding a sign that said fire, and I will never fucking forget. You don't entertain that as an owner. If it baffled me on how much Mark Davis entertained that fan. It really baffled me, cousin. I was like tripping about that. And sure enough, he does that shit. He went and axed his ass. I mean, it's still early in the NFL season, and you don't usually fire a coach midway through the season. They got his ass right on out of there. So, hey, man, shouts out to the Raiders for even if it's the wrong decision and people want to say the Raiders panicked and they did too early. Hey, shout out to the Raiders for at least being willing to say I made a mistake. And whether you guys like it or not, we're getting ourselves from underneath this issue.
definitely. Like that I seen that clip too. It looked like Mark Davis. Mark Davis was like, bro, I know. Okay, I know. Like I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Can I just get to the
I
car?
know.
I'm gonna do it when I get to the car.
I know, bro. I know, like he was contemplating. He's like, I just got to make it to this fucking Monday night game. He was like, I don't want to look that bad. I don't want to bring in a new coach on Monday night. Then we'll really look like a shit show. So he's like, let's just get him through Monday night. And it is, and actually, the Raiders really did perform that badly, bro. They had a chance to actually win the game, believe it or not. But that's so crazy, man. Dude, they used him as a scapegoat. And poor Josh McDaniels. He's sitting there at home with his wife, and he's like, man, maybe I just can't be a coach, man. I'm just,
No, hey,
oh
forget poor
man.
Josh McDaniels, poor Mark Davis. For you to be a billionaire and react like that, like he cared. Like he's been at the house getting all kind of threats. He was like, bro, I can't sleep, I can't eat. Like, okay. He turned around, he said, no, be nice. Just be nice. He told him to be nice because he was.
Oh my god, bro.
Hey, that's how you know his feelings have been getting hurt, bruh. He was up in the suite, They banging on his suite window. He was okay, like, okay, I hear you, bro. Like,
I hear
please,
you. All right, bro.
just leave me alone. Like, no, we're not leaving you alone. We've been
Yeah,
leaving y'all alone for 23 years. We kicking in the door. Like,
I
we
feel you.
obviously, like I said, you're not a football guy. So we football guys. Because one thing you do as a losing team is try to figure out every way to win.
That's very, that's very
So
true.
it's like, bro, we've been watching and scrutinizing everything, bro. We've been watching better football plays. We've been watching and doing our own homework. Like, bro, I'm gonna become a coach, so I can come and just put my 2 cents in, bro. Like, I need, I need to feel like I've done everything for my team. Like I said, when you've been
Oh,
losing so much, your question is why? Like,
yeah.
why are we losing, bro? I gotta figure this out. Shit.
And so I guess with that being said, where do the Raiders go from here? We look at pretty up and coming coaches that can potentially be new coaches in the future. And kind of what I do, man, is obviously if a team is very good, then you're likely not going to have that coach. But what I
Yeah.
like to do is if there's a good team, I like to dissect top teams in the NFL and I try to say, hey, they're tops for a reason. Let's take a look at some of their coordinators. Let's
Definitely.
see if they're, and so that's what you kind of as a fan, unless there's like big, news that, Jim Harbaugh's coming back to the NFL or you're hearing one of these major college coaches are going to come back. There had to have been, I mean, this is a bottom line business. You don't fucking make a move like this unless you have a plan. Usually, I've been saying lately, the last few years, it doesn't fucking look like the Raiders have a plan when they make moves. They just go out there and fucking they source pull off of fucking Twitter or something, and then they make a move.
Yeah.
But I think with this type of thing right here, Davis must know something that we don't.
Yeah.
There's a coach coming from the college ranks that is likely going to be there, or he might have a deal with one of these coordinators, or maybe even a future head coach that just doesn't want to be in the situation. They can be in a colder city, like fucking Vegas is an attraction. Who doesn't want to
Yeah.
go? Vegas is hot right now. All the teams are doing good. Now you can be the one guy who turns around. Vegas, the Raiders are the last team in Vegas right now. If the Raiders get good, every professional team in Vegas is going to be good. The Aces just won the WNBA championship. The hockey team is on
They
fire
just
right
won.
now. Yeah, so I mean, dude, it's like the Raiders are just like the last one, and they're just, I think, ruffling some of that old baggage that's been piled on the franchise for years. Because just like my Sacramento Kings, because it's the Kings, like bad luck just follows us. It just follows us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think from here, hopefully the Raiders can snatch a good coordinator from one of these existing NFL teams, or like I said, Mark Davis has a trick up his sleeve that we don't know. What do you think that trick could be, cousin? Or who would you like to be your next head coach?
Well, to be honest with you, I think that we did this so early in the season. I'm not even sure who the candidates are. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I have to do some more homework because honestly, I was not expecting us to fire Josh McDaniels
I
this
know.
early
I
in the
know.
season or
I
this season.
know.
I wasn't expecting it. So, like, as far as who we brought in or who we gonna uh,
Replace
uh,
him with.
do his interim with
Right.
Rob Ryan, I kind of I'm like that's kind of as far as I got once I started seeing. Okay, are we gonna let him go? Is this a possibility? Blah blah blah. So I mean, if I'm gonna look at it now, and I'm gonna because everybody's gonna start putting their hat in the ring.
Right.
But if I really don't know, man. I mean, they was talking about Jim Harbaugh possibly coming over. I
Hmm.
mean that wouldn't be something bad. I mean, I really want to look at who's on that Miami coaching tree right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the Dolphins is going crazy. So see what they're talking about, and let's. I know Danico don't want to, but Danico Ryans is going crazy over there in Houston, and a lot of people sleeping on him. So if he might have somebody over there that we can snatch up too. So like,
Jacksonville
but
Jaguars. The Jaguars are turning their franchise around. I'd be looking like, hey, what the fuck's going over there in Jacksonville in that water to all of a sudden, to make
bro,
that team turn around. So,
because everybody counted Doug Peterson out. They was like, bro, you fumbled the bag with the Eagles, and look at Doug.
I always
Like,
thought I always thought that the Eagles, they made a mistake by doing that.
look at Doug, and they tried to bury him in Jacksonville, and he said,
Yep.
"Thank you, Trevor." Trevor
Yep.
came and brought him back to life. he, was he was like, "Thank you. Go give me sunshine from
Yeah.
what was that movie? Remember the Titans. I need him."
Yeah.
And he came through because sunshine wasn't bad. But it's like,
Right.
dude, at, I guess it's more so like it's it's like you feel your freedom. So you don't even know what to do next right now. You just like, all right, we got rid of we got rid of Josh McDaniels. Okay. Okay, what's next? Like, all right, like
Right.
you try to figure
Exactly.
it out. So but like I
So
said, as a Raider fan, we've been through this so much that it's not shocking. So it's just kind of like, well, hey, whoever you decide to pay this time, let's hopefully it works.
it's almost like the Kings until that we went through a fucking coaching carousel until we happened to get Mike Brown, and then it was something about Mike Brown that we knew, and so that eventually, man, you throw at the dartboard so many times, eventually you'll hit a bullseye. So I just think the Raiders are almost there. They're at least willing to not hold on to guys too long out of pride because I think pride will fuck your franchise over way longer than you want to.
Yeah.
But as a Raider fan from within, do you think that maybe this game, the out or Mark Davis was able to see the defense was so lights out that maybe your defensive coordinator that he says, hey, maybe you have the answer. Maybe, hey, so would you like to see a coach from within get hired, or are you at this point you don't want to trust anybody from within and you just want to go and start fresh with a brand name coach?
Um, I think that this conversation was had about 2 or 3 weeks ago because I'm hard pressed to think that he talked to all of these other candidates or like talk to the people that he could potentially promote to head coach
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We literally played on Monday. You know what I'm saying? So for him to have, I'll be like, damn, if that was the case, then you should have been did that. You know, you could have
Yeah.
did that before Monday Night Football. You right
Right.
after Monday, if you, I know you didn't. Monday Night Football didn't happen, and then you went to Patrick. He was like, nah, I don't want to do it. Or look, or see, look, it was my defense. If you was ready to get rid of everybody, you would have got rid of Patrick Graham too. He can't get rid of throw the baby out with the bathwater. What you
Right.
keeping him for
Right.
too? So
Right.
like I feel like he already kind of was talking to them and was like, look, who wants to do it? It has to happen. And we're gonna give him one more chance. We wanted them one more chance type cats, and Monday night came and everybody looked at each other and Rob was like, all right, I got it. You feel me? Like it's cool. You can go ahead and let him go Tuesday.
Halloween.
Like, because they made that
Halloween,
decision
bro.
in less than 24 hours.
Halloween. Josh McDaniels is out trick or treating with his fucking kids and look at his agent calls him and it's like, Josh.
Hey, this food didn't choke. You didn't choke. Like, oh, I'm fired. Babe, babe. What's
Hey,
look at
hey,
the
kids,
phone.
Kids,
What you
hey,
mean? I'm
kids get in the car.
fired?
Kids get in the car. Daddy, I still
I
want to
know,
trick or
Daddy.
treat.
I thought we were going to McDonald's. We can't afford it. Okay, we're going back to New England. Like Daddy done lost his job. Daddy, he mad. He's driving back to the house like. I thought we were gonna stop at Safeway. Are you gonna set it? We not stopping at
Oh
Safeway.
man,
You feel me?
oh
But I
Josh.
just got fired trick or treating with your ass.
Hey guys, we can
Because
laugh at
cousin
this.
this
I mean,
happened in 24 hours. Right.
yeah, this fucker's
We
gonna be
had
rich
that
at the
though.
end of
We
the day.
had the conversation.
Right.
Damn, because that's faulty. That's
Yeah, man, that's a tough conversation, man. You're out trick or treating with your kids, and your agent calls you and and you have to hey, and your wife and your kid, they keep going, and you just stop. So she knows something is going. You're like just keep going, just keep going to the next house, and you standing there like a kid that just got his lunch bill taken at school, and you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing to say, bro. And then your wife is like, "Hey, we all know that's a hard conversation to have with your wife. What's wrong? Good thing we didn't buy that house, sweetie. And we were renting because yeah, so where Josh McDaniel goes from here, I mean, a lot of Raider fans probably say who cares? But I think the guy's a good defense. I think he's a good offensive coordinator, but this is just yet another opportunity to show that, yay, man, being a head coach is not an easy task. Uh, 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 you're a leader of men, strong, masculine, fucking hyped up men. And if you can't relate to your players, or if you're not going to be able to figure out more ways to one relate, learn how to be more of a defensive minded coach too, because it goes hand in hand, man. It really goes all hand in hand. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you guys for leaving the thank you for leaving a like. Thank you guys for coming in. We're still gonna probably keep it going for a couple more minutes, but I also want to thank my guests, my cousin Dyson, aka Omega, for coming here as a Raider fan. I couldn't get it from anybody but him, and I wanted his opinion because I know that he spends a lot of time catching up with the Raiders. So I want to bring him over to the channel and get his opinion on that. Um, Going forward, Raiders are in a rebuild. I mean, let's just flat out say it. Raiders are in a rebuild. It's not. It does not mean rebuild. A lot of people think they hear rebuild, they hear 10 years. A rebuild can be. You could be done in next year. You hit a good draft pick, like you said. You got a lot of your outside weapons. You got a good receiver. You got a good running back. Okay, you got decent tight ends. All right, the Raiders are right there, man. They just need to fix a couple interior things. And I'm telling you, man, go get a fucking offensive lineman. I would flip Devontae Adams. As you've seen, receivers coming diamond. You can get somebody to drop the ball. You can
yeah.
get somebody to run around. Quarterbacks will throw you open. You know, that's their job is to run routes. So receivers can always get open. But, I do think the Raiders did say we have a key player, Devontae Adams. We don't want to let this guy go. Our organization is looking like a shit show, so somebody has to be the scapegoat, and they let Josh McDaniels go.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happened. And don't worry about Josh McDaniels as long as Belichick is head coach, GM, and in the craft will, that fool got a job.
He will always stop in New England.
Belichick looked at him like, "Come on home to daddy. I keep trying to tell you. You keep trying
I
to come out
told you.
into the world. Keep trying to come out into the world, baby. Come back to daddy. I'm gonna show you. You know it's nice over here in New England. Go get your Patagonia sweater. It's cold over here. You feel me? Go get
Yeah,
shout out
man.
to my Northwest cats. You feel me? Go get your Northwest kind, okay? And go and you know what it is. You're come on back. Daddy's home. Hey, I don't know if y'all heard that you heard that Drake song Daddy's Home on his album with the girls that's pregnant where he was holding the pregnant
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that fool said he said, make sure you talk up when you speak to me, Junior. Just the way he said it, like that's how I feel like I'm daddying you. Make sure you talk up when you speak to me, Junior. Okay?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah, yeah.
Belichick is telling him right now. Stop trying to leave. You know where your bread is buttered. Come call these plays. for Mac Jones, and he's going to. I mean, who's about to hire Josh McDaniels?
I know.
It's just he's tainted meat right now. You better come over there for a soda pop and a chicken sandwich.
And he had a few years, cousin. This was Josh McDaniels. I think this was his last chance because he waited. There was a couple of years earlier, I think, during his time in New England where they were trying to pull him to be a head coach, and he pretty much knew in himself. He's like, nah, I want to stay right here, get my shit right. And then he had New England's offense looking so good that hey, you started having confidence. You start to think like, hey, I think I can do this. I've been watching Bill Belichick run it for the last few years. I think now I have what it takes now to do this head coaching shit. But ultimately, it is about right. He takes a hard. People have to understand that, man. It's about the right opportunity too. I mean, a lot of people have been trying to turn the Raiders. You're already a coach that's not been that good, and you're trying to fucking take one of the hardest franchise and dig them out of the ground. So you have to understand if the shit does not work out, it's gonna
Definitely.
look like you. So you probably should have maybe came back. Not saying that there's always going to be NFL jobs out there just begging you because everybody wants an NFL job with the good players. But hey, you do got one of the best coaches in NFL history as a fucking voucher for you that I know that the teams call him and ask him, Bill, what we're gonna hire him. Is he ready? And Bill is telling him, yeah.
I would too if I wanted him to die. Yeah. He's good. He's good. Go yeah, take him. Now when he comes back, he's gonna come back with his hat. Hey, Bill, remember you said it was always a home. Uh, yeah, man. But I look at it like, look, no ill will towards him. That's a man that's trying to provide for his family. You just can't do that with the Raiders organization. So I hope that car ride home, nobody got flashed on, and and y'all still made it home because it ain't your wife's fault. It ain't your kid's fault. Don't be flashing on them. Don't tell him he can't go to the next neighborhood and go get no candy. It's not his fault that Devontae Adams was dropping the ball, Josh McDaniels. Because we still on Devontae too. I don't care what nobody say. If you threw your helmet to get him up out of there, then I guess. But I know that's why my question was, who is he mad at? Is he mad at himself? Like, okay, if you're mad at yourself, throw your helmet all you want to. Yeah.
That's true. Well, that's it, man. We're gonna pretty much leave it here, and in the first of all, thanks for everybody for coming in, liking. If you can't subscribe, guys, we're gonna try to come up with this info and this daily on daily news. We're gonna when the next Raider head coach comes into play, if they're thinking about hiring somebody, we hear some rumors. Obviously, we're gonna come back here. This is a platform now. YouTube has made it easier for us to do side by side. So now I'm going to start doing this a lot more often, guys. So if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, engage, comment, guys. That keeps it going. We're not too big. So any comment that we see on here, look, the first guy commented, I make sure I pinned his comment. His comment I stayed at the top. So we're gonna continue to give us our fans, our subscribers love for coming in here, and we really really appreciate it. Yeah, man. So as you guys are watching this video, please tell us in the comment section what you guys think. If you're happy, if you think the Raiders panicked, if you think the Raiders should have waited to the end of the season before they decided to make this move. Just like my cousin said, Devontae Adams, man, has to start taking some credibility. I mean, he hasn't looked that good, and then you fucking you drop balls, and then the second a ball doesn't come your way, you go and throw your helmet on the ground like a fucking diva. I mean, come on, man, do better than that.
Definitely.
So, but once again, cousin, thank you so much for coming in here. Let Raider fans know, give Raider fans before we get out of here, cousin, a little bit of hope, a little bit of what you want to see for the rest of the season. Do you want to see the Raiders just completely tank, or would you like to see your team work on some things? That way, as an organization, you can know what you need to get. Find out what you have. If you're gonna go and rebuild, find out what you have so you can make the right rebuild. Don't go and tank and tell guys to do shit, sandbag it, don't really, and don't put all rookies in. And that way, I mean, play the guys so you know who you need to get on your team and who you need to get off your team.
Well, I mean, even in life, you rebuild with the pieces that you already have. I mean, you so we don't need to play Jimmy Garoppolo no more. He can go ahead and sit back. You need to see what you have out of Aiden O'Connell because you need to see if that's your future. If you need to draft a quarterback, if you see what you have out of this guy, which is very important that we made this move now, then you know that what you need to get in the draft. We do need to be, we need to get more veterans. I feel like on the offensive line, we have two first and second year offensive linemen, which are great. Theron Munford and what's my man's name? Uh, Dylan Parham.
Right.
Those two cats are very good. They're just inexperienced. Van
Right.
Roten, he's a little bit older. He came over from Buffalo. We need to get that solidified. You need to get the defensive line in the middle, the D tackles solidified. Right there, I think that the defense is good. I do like Marcus Peters. We're gonna have to upgrade for Marcus Peters next year, only based on the fact he's just getting slow. He
So
got
yep,
that.
yep,
Everybody's like, "Oh, look
yep.
at pick six." Yeah, but he be getting burnt up. That pick six was nice. I get that. Not
Right.
saying that he's just. We know who our future is. If we're rebuilding, we gotta go. We gotta go get younger. So I feel like in the draft, we need to target one more corner. We need D tackles and O tackles if we're going to keep Aiden O'Connell. If we're not going to keep Aiden O'Connell, if he's not the guy, then it's no brainer. We need to go get a quarterback. So as far as what's going on right now and what we move forward with this year and winning, bro, just go have fun. Y'all getting
Right.
millions. Shit. If I
Right.
gotta tell you to have fun when you a millionaire and shit, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know
Right.
what it is. Everybody that's on the team is still on the team. Y'all made
Right.
trade deadline and y'all made not getting fired. So y'all got a game Sunday.
Yep.
Period. So get it together, go have fun, and go get your stats now. I mean, shit. Now we good.
That's right, man. That's right. And that is well said, man. I think that's well said. And you hit on the key things that you guys need as an organization. So we'll see if the Raiders start addressing some of that. Once again, guys, I appreciate it. If you like what we did today, guys, takes nothing and it takes nothing, guys, just to hit that like, man. Puts us on the top of the YouTube algorithm and it lets people know like when they're looking and searching for this. We took the time to come out when it was live, guys, and fresh because we know Raider fans wanted to have something to look at that's fresh. And as a Raider fan, my cousin here is to get it off his chest. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. And we'll hit you guys back and make sure that you guys got to subscribe and hit that notification bell to know whenever we go live. So make sure that you guys do that. We'll be back on the next one, guys. All right. Peace.
Doses.